Okay, today on Like Father Like Son podcast, we got Nate on the show today. Nate is an artist, but I'm gonna let Nate express himself to the world today on what he do, what he about, and some things that he about to drop here soon.
Yeah. Again, like DeAndre said, I go by Nate. That's an acronym on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you listen to music on. That's N.A.A.T. You get the idea. It stands for Nathaniel as an extrovert. Nathaniel being my full name. In real life, I'm an introvert. On a day-to-day basis, but I guess music is where I, turn into my extroverted self. So, I got a new album coming out. Still working on the title, but it's gonna drop either last week of September, first week of October, around that time. Until then, I got a new music video dropping on next week. So I don't know when this will come out, but probably the week of September 10th, something like that. It's called Contagious. Songs out now. Y'all can go stream that wherever y'all listen to music. So appreciate y'all having me.
No problem, you know what I'm saying? We all glad to have new faces in here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get straight to the questions, y'all. But we just ask y'all to have an open mind, an open heart to some of the things that the interviewer is saying, because we all can learn from each other. We all can grow from each other. We all can heal from each other's stories. All right, let's go. Question number one.
All right, we got question number one. What's one thing you're really proud of that happened this week?
I had my first little interview for this promotion at work. I still work 9 to 5 until the music blow up. Got that up the park. Got moved on to the second round. So,
yeah. Gotta start somewhere to move up.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to the money one way or another.
All right. And one more. And who was somebody that you looked up to and why?
Man, it's gonna be crazy, but there's not really one person I looked up to. I would just say there's a collective of people,
Mm-hmm.
I would say Pops, plenty of things he showed me. A couple older cousins, just seeing where they've been. But really, main source is just seeing, I just think about my future self. That's kind of what make me want to go harder. All right, I'm here now, but if I'm here now, I could be here in 10 years.
Yeah.
That future me is kind of what I kind of look up to. It might sound cocky, it might sound crazy, but that's really,
right.
kind of how I think, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you would just call that really just confidence, and you actually you know where you're heading at.
Sure.
To me, that's good to have when you actually see where you at and know where you want to be at in 10 years, and you putting forth that faith and effort to get there. You know what I mean? That's pretty much where we at as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the wise moving in silence thing. I think the more you move in silence, the more you're able to get done pertaining to your goals, your dreams, because it really ain't got nobody telling you, making you second guess yourself on where you're headed, though. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
Keep up the good work. Stay focused, man.
I appreciate that. We'll do. Keep striving, keep stepping.
Yeah. And is there anything on your mind you want to talk about, no matter how small it is, how big?
Just beyond this album I'm finna drop,
Yeah.
just the music in general, last, year and some changes, it's been crazy, it's been wild. I hit a rough spot. I really did. I hit a rough spot, I hit a low spot, a spot that I didn't think I was capable of hitting. I thought I was too cool for school,
Okay.
I can't hit that low. I did, slowly got myself out the hole, and now I'm trying to figure out, I bet we back on board,
Okay.
what I learned from that, and, put on the music, and people will get to hear it, so I hope, someone, whether it's one person, 10 people, 100 people, at least one song of the album could touch them and help them move forward, because, if I'm saying this right, I hope her name's, pronounced correctly, I believe it's Clear Soul.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard of the young lady before until this year. Somehow she popped up in my Spotify algorithm.
Yeah.
Man, she got me through some tough times.
Yeah.
Just listen to that, and that inspired me. I've been making music for a long time, and sometimes, I've been making music just for the fun. It's cool, we have to have a good time, but sometimes music it don't need to be too happy. Sometimes you down bad and you need something to really get you through, to the next day.
Definitely.
So
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely.
that's, For sure. So that's kind of what I've been focused on, making sure that what I'm speaking to has substance, you know?
Yes,
That's just
sir.
something I learned over the last year. Like, what I say has power, you know? Words do have power, so being careful what I say, what I, you know, put out to the world, because whatever I put out, you know, whatever energy it might be or whatever you might call it, it's going to come back, you know? So if you put, you know, not the best type energy out there, it's going to come back your way. So just something I learned. That's
Now-
kind of what on my mind.
Now pertaining to like when you hit like you know this tough spot, you know, what are some things you did to bounce back from that particular spot in your life? What are some things that you did to get you back to where you at now?
Just like any other guy, the gym. You know what I'm saying? You hit the gym hard. Books,
Yes, sir.
reading. That's something I ain't never done before. You know,
Okay.
unless it was forced back in elementary school. I don't know if you ever had the 25 books you gotta read. You know, you know. After that, I ain't never read no books. Yup.
Yeah.
I started reading books, man, just on all types of stuff, on emotional intelligence, on, you know, how to, you know, stay calm through the storm, you know, finances, you know, all types of stuff, and yeah, plenty of other stuff. Some of it not the most, you know, positive or healthy coping mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
But just maneuvering through all of that. So I would say, gym, reading, music, obviously.
Mhm.
You know, really, I can't even say I've made as much in this last year and a half or whatever. You know, I really ain't make as much music or been as, you know, in the zone as I usually have. But just more so in here on what I want to say,
I
like
got you.
moving forward. You know, so that's I would say that's kind of what I've done, and just talking to people too. Like as I'm reading and learning like
Yes,
about
sir.
myself, like I'm a quiet person. Always talk to myself, even when I'm going through good times or bad times. You know, I just keep it to myself. Now I'm learning like, hey, I got people around me that love me. Like I can let them in on when things ain't, you know, too bright.
Okay.
The ego sometimes gets in the way of that.
Yes, sir.
I can't let them know. But no, if they really love me, and I know who love me, who don't. You know, people that really love me, like Mom Dukes, Pop Dukes, you know what I'm saying? Cousins, little brothers, sisters, whatever the case may be. I know they got their best interest in me. Like, this is why we family, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
We're
sir.
here to build each other. So, yeah, just learn how to be more expressive, learn how to communicate better, things like that.
Man, that's some good information.
Sure.
Pertaining to you know, you and your dad relationship, you know, where y'all at today?
Yeah. Today it's all love. It's nothing but respect. Me and my dad, we not like close.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, I don't see it like. Let it be clear here.
Yes, sir.
He raised me. He's
Yes,
been
sir.
in my household my entire life. Him, my mom is still married.
Yes, sir.
But
Congratulations, man.
for sure, and that's another great thing to just see. You know, it's like, when it comes to love, I look up to that for sure.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm just the hard head my whole life, but we just always butt heads.
Yes, sir.
And because of that, it's been tough to, you know, get along or, you know, whatever the case may be. But as I've gotten older, as I moved out the house years ago, like, I realized, like, he's his own man too. He went
Yes,
through
sir.
plenty of struggles. He went through God knows what. He ain't have his pops in his life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He came from a whole other country. Like he went through struggles I could not even imagine.
I got
So just the fact that, you know, he put food on my table and just showed me how to hustle, showed me how to really go get it, and you know, be son over here in America. Like I look up to that. So right now, if I call him right now, he gonna answer. We're gonna have a cool conversation. We have, you know, conversations about all types of stuff. You know, he's super, you know, religious. So we'll be having, you know, theological,
Yes, sir.
you know, type of conversations, you know. So yeah, it's all love, number of respect for the OG.
You know, coming from like having a spiritual background, you know, it pretty much helped us get through, you know, even like father and son, but it pretty much helped us get over things that another person wouldn't be able to do if they didn't have a spiritual relationship with, you know, God
Mhm.
or whatever y'all choose to believe in.
Mhm.
How has your spiritual life with God has helped you endure, you know, things in your life or elevated you,
Yeah,
you know, life and where you at today?
for sure. It's grown and it's growing. My whole life I've been raised in the church.
Okay.
But I've been, I guess what they call it, black sheep.
Yes, sir.
Never never stuck with me, you know.
Okay.
It's been in my face, and I could read you, or not read you, but I could, anything that someone would try to tell you on, not even convert you, but try to, convince you that, God's real, whatever the case
Yes,
may
sir.
be. I know it.
Yes, sir.
And it's not until sometimes we go through real trials and tribulations,
Yes, sir.
trials and tribulations.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Gotta work on it sometimes.
Yes, sir.
That you realize, oh snap, like I actually might need
You ain't
God.
never alone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Never alone. So ever since I moved out the house, really going through all the craziness I've been through, like that's probably where I built my faith, and that's really got me through some tough times. So
Yes, sir.
now I would say I'm a much more heavy believer
Yes, sir.
than I was. But that's still growing,
Yes, sir.
We still, like I said, me and my partner still having a conversation. Like, I don't know about this, I don't know about that.
Man.
But I think it's just a lifetime thing,
It's a lifetime journey. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
and even when I'm dead, I probably still won't have it figured out. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, you already know, man. Like you say, I've been knowing you. I ain't been seeing that much, but I've been knowing you since we
years.
You know that.
Yeah.
I've always been the person that, whether I'm rocking somewhere, pertaining to God, that's just really just who I am.
For sure.
I have no shame of letting people know, who I represent, and
Yep.
I think really that's what really make us different from a lot of people, because we're not ashamed to say we love God. I look at myself as a black sheep too. You know what I mean? Because I believe we're able to endure a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Not by ourselves, but just so much. Like you said, we endure like people using us, talking about all type of stuff, man.
Yep.
Throwing stones at us, trying to make it look bad, but that's really that's a part of the process when you walking with God, man. Like feel like all the weight is always on you.
No, for sure.
You got to carry the family, some things of that nature. So man, I respect you. I just want to encourage you, just continue to put God first, man. Because like you say, if you basically ain't putting it first, you basically ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? Not just for you, but for myself too. It's a journey. It's a life journey, man.
Yeah,
Walk with
yeah.
God, man.
No, for sure. Like I feel the same way. And it's looking back, like especially how hard headed I've been,
Yeah.
I can only believe in God. Like
Yes,
ain't
sir.
no way I'm alive right now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody
sir.
wasn't looking over me and had the best intent for me. So that's where I'm at with it for sure.
Man, that was pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
That's good to even open up, pertaining to that. Our last couple of interviews, they spoke about their relationship with God, and I think we're not gonna make this podcast, but we want people to be aware, just
For sure.
we're gonna put God first and
For sure.
in this
You got
podcast to bring awareness and healing to
You got
not
to.
only just our life, but other fathers and sons' life too.
In control of all things. So
Yes, sir.
You would be counterproductive to not put him first.
Okay, go on with that third question.
Alright.
Still waiting on that.
What's a goal you're working towards, and how's it going?
Just trying to keep going with the music, figure out how I want to go about it. Figuring out how to make $1 off of it. I make some dollars off of it, but I can't say I make a living off of it. Nowhere near close. Trying to figure out how to do that. When people tell me, "Oh, you should do it this way. You should do it that way. You should do it this way, that way." I don't want to do it that way.
Right.
Straight up. Maybe that's hard-headed of me. Straight up. That could be. But I feel like a lot of it is that's not who I am. That's not my character. So I'm figuring out, okay, how do I do this, still stay in character and make a living off of this?
Gotcha.
And slowly working, understanding how to do that behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
But that's the goal, But at the end of the day, one thing I'm thankful to God for is I love music.
I got it.
Like, if I die today and I didn't make, nobody knows about me, or I didn't make $1 off of it, like, I
Did what
enjoyed
you
it.
love
I
doing.
did what I love doing,
That's what's up, man.
So, I'm gonna just keep doing it for the love.
Man, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, straight
I
up.
think we supposed to do. We supposed to do stuff out of love. You know what I mean? But sometimes we just. It just crazy. Man.
It
You know what I
get
mean?
tough. It get crazy. I'll say too, like in this, I think just in the world we live in our society, like I think what they call it hustle culture.
Yeah.
Everything's about building your own business and being your own brand and doing that. And I think that's in our face all the time.
Yes,
So
sir.
it makes you think like whatever you do, you gotta do it
Yeah.
to the max amount. And I'm not saying that's wrong or nothing like that, but I think that gets to our head sometimes.
Yes, sir.
And next thing you know, we just worried about how is Nate gonna be a brand versus like, yo, I'm just a human being too. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm just here on this earth for a certain amount of time. Really, what I should be focused on more is spreading love.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like the way I'll do that is through music.
Music.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. If I can make $1 off of it, that'd be awesome. I'm gonna try to make $1 off of
Yes,
it.
sir.
But I refuse to break character to do it. You know.
Man, that's powerful right there.
So,
One thing I'm learning too is I used to chase. I used to chase money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like the
It run away from you like
yeah,
that.
you know what I mean. So now I try to figure out what I'm good at now. Like, you know, I love to talk. You know, smoke. Anybody to tell you, DeAndre, you talk too much, but you know, I said, man, what can I do creative to bring us together? You know, this. I looked at me and my son like, man, like father, like son. You know, how many other father and son we can impact just with our relationship?
For sure.
You know, us sharing our story. So that's where this came from. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? The love we have, maturity, respect. You know, me and my son got. We don't hold no grudges. If we wrong each other, we'll. It may take a day. It may be the same day. We'll come back and apologize for. If we wrong or say anything to hurt each other, we'll apologize for that.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what really we want to encourage too. You know what I mean? You don't have to hold grudges. You don't have to be with your father, your son. You know, just admit that you're wrong and then apologize and move forward.
Yep.
You know, and just come back together again stronger though. You know.
No, for sure. I think that's well, first and foremost, I commend both of y'all, you know, just for doing the platform and putting yourselves out there like that, because for a lot of minorities, and I'm the only person in my whole friend group that got a pops in his life.
Oh, man.
Everyone else don't know who they that.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So I think role models like y'all are important, you know, to push the narrative and keep society going in the direction it should be.
Yes,
Because
sir.
I'm only a big part of me is only here because of my pops. You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
you,
Like
man. Yes, sir.
him just showing me through actions,
Yes,
not
sir.
through really like, hey, this is how you do it. This is
Yeah.
how you do it. Like he don't say nothing to me. I just watch
Just
him.
watch, yeah.
I just watch him. Like, oh, okay, that's how he got that result.
Man,
But
that's
So-
crazy that you say that because I felt that in my spirit because
Yeah.
me and my son talk. We talk all the time. I was like, I didn't talk, but I just really led. You know what I mean? Like you say, they only know God because you know we ain't forced them to go to church, but you know it's a brand put God first. You know, so it's constantly in their face without me having to tell. But like you say, man, they all of them got a relationship with God, man. So I can't complain. But one thing we didn't have to do, we didn't have to force them to go to church. We didn't have to force God on. You know what I mean? It's just a natural thing that came up on them just by what I was wearing every day. You know, put God first. You know, first song, put God first. So, you know, it's just something that you know, like I said, music, man, it kind of
you gonna know.
it do something for your soul. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the first song, put God first. Played it all the time. You know what I mean? Started with the brand, then that's how I got started with music. You know what I'm saying? Through the brand, put God first, and it just
Keep on.
on going. You know what I mean? But that, man, you know, that's good, man. That's really what it's all about. Like I say, spreading love, man, positivity.
That's all it is, man. But yeah, like even if you said like the apologizing and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Like that's I think that's huge that y'all display that, because I think just for men in general,
Yeah.
like I think we all can tend to be egotistical
Yeah.
or have a lot of pride
Yeah.
and apologizing and being like, hey, I was wrong, especially to another man.
Yes, sir.
That's tough sometimes.
I learned. If I wrong another man, then I don't mind apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because really know that to help you release something inside, like there's no pride, no ego this way. You know, if I wronged you, I owe you that. I owe you that enough apology to tell you that I apologize for what I said or misjudge you or disrespect you. You know, I think we gotta work on doing more of that. You know,
for sure.
in the world though. You know what I mean? Instead of
I think
Hold it on.
definitely, because holding on. Trust me, I'm the king of that.
Yeah.
Holding in grudges, and not even
Yeah.
grudges, but just holding in stuff I didn't even know I was holding in.
yes, sir.
Next thing you know, it come out a completely wrong way. I wouldn't not know it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you did damage you weren't trying to do.
Yeah.
But I think that go down to accountability.
Yes, sir.
Understanding you were wrong.
Yeah.
You know, being able to look yourself in the mirror, because you know, there's a lot of times where myself or others, you know, you are the person in the wrong.
Yes, sir.
But you can't see it because
Yeah.
you so like, nah, that person did me wrong. I don't like the way they said this or did that. But in reality, if you didn't make that, first move or whatever the case may be, we wouldn't be here. So I think it's just like constantly taking accountability for, you know, the wrongs
Yes,
you do,
sir.
the rights you do, you know, but just keeping yourself in check. Because sometimes you're the only person that's going to keep yourself in check.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying? Like, some people might have the best, you know, intentions for you, but they're not watching you. They're not watching over you all the time. The only person that's with you all the time is you.
Yeah.
You know. So I that's why I try my best, and I struggle with it every
Yeah.
day. But I try my best to keep myself in check. Like when I know I tweaked out here, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have done this, or whatever the case may be. Like, Nate, you tripping? Like, let's get back in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're gonna slip up. I ain't no perfect human being, but I think that's what it is. Like accountability, being able to understand, like, hey, I'm not right all the time. You know what I'm saying?
So
I think-
you know, with everything going on in the U.S., so how do you feel about, you know what I'm saying, what's going on like with your culture and everything?
My culture,
Yes, sir.
like just what was the way they on us right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy to see. I would say, for me, it's been personally, like, you know, I was born in New York, so
Okay.
you know, I'm legally documented. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I can't say that I'm illegal and got to worry about ICE taking me, even though, hey, I look just like any of my brothers and sisters. So
Yes, sir.
they might, you know, cuff me up and take me on by accident. So I'm worried
Yes,
of that. But for me, it's really been a eye opener to like, oh, like we ain't safe. Like it ain't sweet out here. Systems. One thing about me, I ain't never been into politics and nothing like that.
Okay.
I always feel like, in my personal opinion, right side, left side, blue side, red side, it's all a disguise. It's all one system. Like, I feel like all that's just meant to separate us. And I feel like we've seen it, like, even behind the scenes. Like, no matter who was in office or whether it was, you know, Democratic, you know, Republican, I think now just because of who's in office is being, you know, forced, or it's really being put on TV. But it's been like this for a while. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to stand up together as one,
sir.
you know, one community, show that we have value in America. You know, just like the black community, we built this country.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. You take us away, good luck. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Like,
Yes, sir.
straight, honestly. So, you know, I've been to a few protests, out, you know, in Atlanta, things like that, and it's just good to see the community come together. I would say, keep pushing forward. I was having some conversations with my dad. You know, he ain't come here. He's all Gucci now.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? He ain't come here, you know, legally, whatever the case may be. So I was talking to him, like, in his perspective, like, what you think about this? And he was like, man, I don't really agree with this. I don't really agree with that. And I came to him, so how do we fix it? And he's like, he looked at me like, I don't know. Obviously, there's, you know, certain ways you could go about it correctly, but that takes money.
Yes, sir.
Not everybody got money.
Yes, sir.
Most people from these countries don't have money. So how to fix it, I don't know. But I would just say, like, I think this is a good opportunity for us to come together,
Yes,
just
sir.
as a community, and really pick each other's brains. Like, yo, how do we stand together? Because if we come together, we only stronger. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? For me, it's just been a great opportunity for me to become more. I've always been proud to be Hispanic or Latino,
Yes, sir.
but now I'm like, oh no, like I'm.
You gotta be strong.
This has got to be strong, and
Yes,
like
sir.
this is what I am, and this is family members of mine, and cousins, sisters, brothers, you know, grandma's like, my grandma, she got deported, she can't come back because she was helping people. This back in days, but
Yes, sir.
she, you know, she helped people come over,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
and my grandma ain't got nothing but good intentions, helping family members trying to get a better life.
Yes, sir.
She got arrested, got deported, can't come back. I ain't seen my grandma in years. I ain't seen both of my grandma in years. They both out there. So, one's in Honduras and one's in Nicaragua. So, you know, I just keep striving for them. Same proof for my pops. You know, my
Yes,
pops
sir.
came here hungry. He came here struggling. He ain't asked for no handouts. He got it straight out the mud. Until, luckily, you know, he met my mama that was born in L.A. And, you know,
Man,
now we're here. So,
What you saying, like, I feel the positivity. You know what I mean? And I do believe stuff is gonna change for y'all. You know what I mean? Like you say, it's like Smo was saying. Like, I wasn't born in the times that they had to endure everything to where we at today, like freedom and stuff like this. But we still have to be mindful of, you know, the choices, you know, the things that we say.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that I do believe, you know, everything will work out for the good.
Oh, for sure.
You know, for y'all and us. You know what I mean? Like I say, y'all. Some of y'all here came here legally, but y'all got y'all, you know, y'all built. You know what I mean? Y'all came in work. You know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
with no complaints. You know what I mean? Y'all. I love that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like. And I believe, you know, if we come together strong like that too, and now of course I think we can elevate where we have to take too. But you know, I just want to just thank y'all for even just, you know, y'all here. You know what I'm saying? But you know, stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? You know,
For sure.
it's a time, it's a time for this and a time for that. You know, it's just one of those times, man, where it just stuff happening. You know what I mean? You know, and I do believe that, you know, God always give people a chance to get stuff right before this particular thing happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't take heed to the signs or whatever case may be, but you know, overall, man, you know, I will continue to, you know, keep y'all in my prayers, man, because I know
Appreciate
y'all
that.
need it though. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
for us,
appreciate that.
it's always a battle for us. You know what I mean? So that's why I say always stay prayed up at all times, because you just never know.
No, definitely.
And I pretty much we stay out the way. You know,
Yeah.
we already know God first. But other than that, like I say, I respect it, and I do believe that, you know, everything is gonna turn around. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
But like I say, the more y'all come together, the more strong y'all is. So man, but I do believe that it's gonna turn around.
I appreciate
it
that.
just, you know, it's always the bad for the good though. You know what I'm
That's how it
saying?
goes.
This something we all had to endure in time like this. You know what I mean? But like I say, everybody can't handle. Everybody can't handle hard times though.
Mhm.
Not look at it in a positive way. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm able to really get through a hard time, because I look at it as a positive instead of negative, because it's always something good gonna come out of that negative situation. You know what I mean?
Definitely. No, yeah, I just think like now there's a spotlight on it.
Yes, sir.
Now that there's a spotlight on it, there's more room for conversation
Yes, sir.
and, you know, movement on how do we fix this.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
How do we get it to where it needs to be? Because you know, separations of families, that's horrific. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
I know little ones that got separated by mom and pops, or pops. You know, in a detention center. You know, for nothing. Like, you know, one thing they try to, or you know, media, not even media, but you know, we know what parties.
Yes, sir.
You know, try to paint a picture, make it seem like, you know, we rapists or murderers or drug dealers or whatever the case may be. That's false.
Yes,
Obviously, you gonna have your bad apples,
Yes, sir.
but we all humans, so that's gonna come with, you know, with just how humans work.
Yes, sir.
But my whole thing is like, if you claim you want the bad people, the criminals, you know where they at. We know where they at. You know what street to go to. You know what street to go to. I know what street to go to. Why you not going over there? Why you going to Home Depot? I don't know no criminals. I don't know no dope boys standing outside of Home Depot trying to get some money. I know where they at.
Yeah.
So if I know where they at, I know they know where they at. Stop it, cap.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the biggest thing. Like, if you really want the bad people, the rapists, the drug dealers, you know what I'm saying, the criminals, go get them. You know where they at. But they don't want to do it because they know it's gonna be a bloodbath, to be honest with you. So let's go the easy route. Let's go for the innocent ones. We're gonna make it seem like they're the bad folk, when in honesty, those are people that gonna, you know, pick harvests and crops and tomatoes and whatever the case may be for $5 a day type beat, you know?
Yes, sir.
Work for a living.
Actually work for a living.
Mm-hmm.
But it just is what it is, but all we can do is push forward, you know. I think it's just a good opportunity for us to come closer
Yes, sir.
together as a community and just, you know, push forward. So
Yeah, support each other.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. It's all love.
Man, that was interesting. But like you say, man, you know, give a shout out to Smoke, man. Like, man, you know, this what people need to hear.
For sure.
But like you say, on this podcast, man, we want to be real and authentic with what we share. And like, of course, you know, you're a grown man, and we know everything you just said, you know, is out of love. You know what I'm saying? Love and truth. You know what I mean? Sometimes we run away from that, though. You know what I mean? And instead of running, we need to grab it
Definitely.
and take it and apply it. You know what I mean? What you said was facts. You know what I'm saying? We got to admit to that.
Got you.
But like I say, I do believe that I'm a firm believer, and I do believe that you know, the best is yet to come. You know, it ain't just here. You know, it's everywhere. You know, the whole world getting shooken up on, you know, on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
but like I say, the best thing we can do, man, is like I say, you know, continue to put God first, man, and stay prayed up, man, to just stay on that path, man. I think, you know, the more we do that, I do believe that we're gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's all in His hands.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes it's hard to see that, especially when you're going through stuff like we're going through now. But
Yeah.
you just gotta remember it's all in His hands.
Yes, sir.
That's all it is. You know?
All right, so thank y'all for tuning in today's podcast. We really appreciate Nate for coming in.
Thank y'all.
Would you mind telling us where they can find you?
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at Nate the Extrovert. That's straightforward, no underscores, nothing like that. Just Nate the Extrovert. You can also find me on all streaming platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, whatever you listen to music to, as Nate and as an acronym. So that's N.A.T.E. Again, Nate on all streaming platforms. Nate the Extrovert on Instagram. I appreciate y'all having me, and I'm coming out soon.
Thank y'all for tuning.